Alright, here we go with 8.2 graphing quadratics, but you see the big difference in our topic and objective is it's not just ax squared, but we've added a c value. So remember that the other day in the 8.1 notes, we said that the standard form for a quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c. Well, if we're just focusing on ax squared plus c today, that means for today's graphs, the b value is 0. So we're only focusing on the ax squared part of our standard form and the c part of our standard form. So there is no b term. And so as we graph these, the ax squared will look exactly the same as it did the other day. The a value will tell you how wide or how narrow the graph is, and it still remains where if the a value is positive, the graph is opening up. If the a value is negative, the graph is opening down. The c value is the big change, and the c value is what's going to shift the graph either up or down. And so what ends up happening is in the ax squared plus c function, we are going to be focusing on the c value. And when the c value is greater than 0, what that's going to cause is the entire graph, the curved graph, the parabola, is going to shift up. So if the c value is greater than 0, the parabola shifts up. And really what we mean by shift up is the vertex is moving up the y-axis. And then when the c value is less than 0, that's going to cause a vertical shift of the graph, also called a translation, that amount of units down. So we're either shifting c units up or c units down. The word translation here that you see, this is just a fancy mathematical word that means to slide. So it's going to slide up and down the y-axis when the c value changes. The other day, when the c value was 0, that just meant that the vertex was at 0. Well, today, the vertex will be at wherever the c value is. So for example, on these two pictures, if we have ax squared plus c, the vertex of this parabola is going to have the coordinate 0, c. So whatever the c value is, that becomes your y-intercept. So I'm going to put y-intercept here under c. It's where the graph crosses the y-axis, which also happens to be, for today, where our vertex lies. The axis of symmetry is still going to be the vertical line that goes right down the middle of the parabola, but because we haven't moved the parabola right or left, it's still the y-axis, which has the equation x equals 0. So if you look at this first picture here, let's zoom in on this. We have these three different parabolas. And what you're looking at here is this middle one right here. That's the one we did the other day when the c was equal to 0. This is just ax squared with no b value and no c value. Well, if I make the c value positive, a number greater than 1, the vertex was here, it just shifts up. So now this is ax squared when the c value is greater than 1. If the c value is negative, less than 0, then what we have to do is shift it down. So now the vertex, instead of being here, it just slides down. Now the key thing here is all three of these parabolas, they're actually the exact same thing. The reason why this parabola looks like it's inside of this one, and why this one looks like it's on the inside of this one, that's just simply because the vertex has changed. But the actual shape is exactly the same. Over here, we actually see some c values. So this is our original. This is y equals x squared. It's the first parabola we learned. Well, now if we make the c value -2, I have the exact same parabola. I've just shifted the vertex down 1, 2 spots. So that -2 right there, that is my vertex. So this would have the coordinate 0, -2 for the vertex, and that -2 comes directly from right here. Now, if we were talking about minimum and axis of symmetry, Well, the minimum value here, this would be a minimum because it's opening up. So my vertex is a minimum. And my axis of symmetry, I'm going to put A of S. That's still going to be at x equals 0. All right, now we're going to do some examples together. So because we are graphing quadratics, we still need to make a table of values. So we go -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. And now I'm replacing x right here with these 5 values. We're still doing that value squared, but now we're adding 1. So it's a lot like what we did the other day. It's going to be -2 squared, but now plus 1. So -2 squared is 4, but then plus 1 gives you a positive 5. And then as we go down the list here, -1 squared is 1, plus 1 is 2. The other day, all of our vertices were at 0, 0. Well, now, if I make x 0, 0 squared is still 0, but I'm adding the 1. So now my vertex is at 0, 1. And then 1 squared plus 1 puts me at 2. There's that partner point with that one. And then my 2 squared plus 1 puts me at 5. And I have that partner point right here. So when I go down here and graph these, I plot my points. I'm at -2, 5. So I'm right there. Then I'm at try to fit the table in here, -1, 2. I'm at 0, positive 1, 1, positive 2, and 2, positive 5. And as I draw my curve, there's my parabola. It's still the x squared parabola. We've just shifted it up one spot. And so now when I come down here, my vertex is at 0, 1. The graph is opening up, so this is a minimum. And then my axis of symmetry, that line that cuts the parabola in half, that hasn't changed. It's still right down the middle, through the vertex. The vertex is on the y-axis, so my axis of symmetry is still at x equals 0. All right? So now, over here, do the same thing, but I see a negative. That tells me right away, oh, this is going to be opening downward. I'm still doing my -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 for my 5 values. And I'm going to quickly fill in the rest of this table. Now, as you look at these ones, notice that the -2 squared still gave me 4. But there's a negative in front of it, which gives me -4. But then I add 1. -4 plus 1 is -3. When -1 is being squared, that gives you positive 1, but then a negative in front of it. So a -1 plus 1, well, that just puts you at 0. And then this number right here, notice, and you'll see this throughout these, this just matches whatever that is. Every single time. The C value is what automatically goes here. So it's kind of a little shortcut we can use. So now let's plot these 5 points. So we're at -2, -3, down there. Then we're at -1, 0, 0, 1. Same vertex, same exact vertex as we had over here. We just know it's going to be opening downward instead of upward. And then we're at 1, 0, and 2, -3. So I'll sketch my graph, that U shape. I draw my axis of symmetry. And then, where's my vertex? My vertex is at 0, 1. This time it's a maximum. And my axis of symmetry is still x equals 0. Okay? So now we'll do 2 more examples on the next page where we change the A value and we can recognize the C value where the new vertex needs to be. So now we notice that the A is 1/2. A value between 0 and 1 means our graph's going to be wider. It's going to be opening more. But this 3 right here, that's the key. This automatically just goes right to our vertex. So this becomes right here. That is our vertex right there. So whatever the C value is, automatically becomes our y-intercept, aka our vertex for these graphs. Now for the rest of them, Negative 2 squared is 4. Half of 4 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then negative 1 squared is 1. Half of 1 is 0.5. Plus 3 is 3.5. And then 1 squared is 1. Half of 1 is 0.5. Plus 3 is 3.5. There's the partner. And then 2 squared is 4. Half of 4 is 2. 2 plus 3 gives you your 5. And again, you're going to notice that you have to have those matching partners. So let's go ahead and graph these points. So we're at negative 2, positive 5. Negative 1, positive 3.5, just halfway between 3 and 4. Then I'm at 0, 3. There's the vertex. And then we're at 1, 3.5. And we're at 2, 5 up here. So there's my 5 points. It's the 1/2 x squared graph. It's just that the vertex has now shifted up 3 spots. So my vertex is at 0, 3. And this would be a minimum. And then my axis of symmetry, same exact spot as all the other ones. And that puts me at an axis of symmetry of x equals 0. Now down here, I gave you spots to write these, and you'll see this on your homework as well. So we just label our vertex as 0, 3, and our axis of symmetry as x equals 0. It'll make it a little easier to identify and easier for us to find where the vertex and axis of symmetry values are. Okay, we got one more. So over here, here's what I want you to do from now on as you do your homework. If these are ax squared plus c values, or minus c in this case, this minus 3 right here, this automatically becomes your y-intercept, and we can plot that point right now. We can go down here and just put it at negative 3, automatically. So that negative 3 goes down here. And I already know that because this a value right here is greater than 1, this graph is opening up. So as I do my negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2, I already know that negative 3 goes right here. It is the y value of the vertex. Now I just have to calculate the rest really quick. Negative 2 squared is 4, times 2 is 8, 8 minus 3 puts me at 5. Negative 1 squared is 1, times 2 is 2, 2 minus 3 gives me negative 1. 1 squared is 1, times 2 is 2, 2 minus 3 puts me at negative 1. And 2 squared is 4, times 2 is 8, minus 3 is 5. So now we plot these. We're at negative 2, 5. It's right there. Then we're at negative 1, negative 1, right there. We're at positive 1, negative 1, right there. And lastly, we're at 2, 5. So my a value is bigger than 1. That's why this is more narrow than our regular x squared. So there's my graph, my axis of symmetry. I have my vertex. We established where that was going to be already. And now I go down here and I label my information. So my vertex was at 0, negative 3, the c value. And my axis of symmetry is still at x equals 0. Okay. Now, you can still use Desmos to check your graphs. But the key is recognizing that whatever the c value is, that's what happens when x equals 0. And for these graphs, that becomes our vertex. Over here, when my c value was positive 3, that's automatically my y-intercept. And then that positive 3 was also where the y-intercept and vertex lie. So that pattern continues when we're doing ax squared plus c graphs. All right, go ahead and start your assignment. Do all the table of values, plot your 5 points, identify the vertex and the axis of symmetry. Have fun!